Let me put Sadiq up. Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live. This is our second week, our second Santunan Mingguan Science. We are taking a break from our weekly policy discussion. It's a bit dry. Last week, we talked about energy security, and this week, we want to take the opportunity to welcome our latest and first Cawangan branch establishment, which is from state of Selangor. And today, it will be all about them. Before next week, we'll go back to our policy talk. We'll discuss about our guaranteed monthly income. So yes, welcome to our Facebook Live. Usually we jump between Clubhouse and Facebook Live, but we'll try to do both. All right, we'll try to do both at the same time. Yes. So on my left is Ain. Ain will be talking a lot today. She's from Cawangan Selangor, and Shafika, you all know Shafika already, our vice president. And Yvonne is from Cawangan Sains as well. These are all new faces that you see quite often after this. They are from Selangor. And then underneath Yvonne is Afiq. Afiq is our SecGen. And then beside Afiq will be Mike. Mike's from Selangor. And then Tilia from BEP as well. And last but not least, YB Sadiq. Okay, so Sadiq is from Selangor as well. I like how we are in a selang-seli between BEP and Selangor right now. All right, so I'm not going to hog the mic anymore. I'm going to leave it to Tilia to give a few words because she will be talking. Today we're going to talk about two things. Number one is, of course, about the State of Selangor branch. And then second is about our online tuition and tutoring program. And Tilia will speak more about that. Yeah.
Okay, terima kasih Ken. Saya cuba bahasa Melayu lah pada malam ni. Alright, so terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada Cawangan Selangor kerana bersama kita malam ni. Taki bagi tahu yang sebenarnya di dalam Cawangan Selangor itself ada juga cadangan untuk buat tuition kan. So basically this happened selepas kami join space dekat Twitter kan, Nafiq, you were there also. Ada seorang student ni SPM, dia nangis-nangis ni sebab she cannot catch up with syllabus kan, dah nak SPM tahun ni, dan memang yang batch SPM tahun ni memang basically kucak kacir lah sebab dia masuk tingkatan 4 last year yang memang dah start dah pandemik ni, lepas tu sambung pula this year. So I can feel her lah sebab saya pun sendiri tengah I'm doing tutoring for my cousin I pun nak ambil SPM untuk this year. Lepas tu cakap lah ke Afiq, nak tak kita macam try to help this student by providing them a platform where they can where we can assign tutor or do more tutoring lah for especially student yang feel like left out kan, yang macam ni kita nak tolong. Ada juga kan dekat radio hari tu ada seorang ayah tu, saya lupa nama encik apa dekat Suria FM tu, Cik Hamdan kot tu salah saya. Dia kan cakap juga, yelah dia dengan nak cope dengan live lagi yang susah ni. Lepas tu okay, zaman saya dulu saya ni agak kalau dalam jangka masa geologi tu saya macam agak muda lah kan, tapi sebenarnya sekarang ni saya agak tua. Silibus sekarang memang susah tau. Kalau kita tengok kan, siapa yang ajar anak-anak kan mesti tengok kan, macam silibus ni bukan macam kita dulu lah. Saya rasa macam standard 4 pun dah start, dah bahagi lah apa benda. Punca kuasa saya rasa dah belajar darjah 6 kot ataupun darjah 5. So if I'm not mistaken, sebab I was cikgu ganti for a year. So kalau tak salah memang silibus ni memang dahsyat lah sebenarnya. So ada setengah ibu apa yang tak ni lah, maksudnya tak cukup equip kan untuk ajar anak-anak tu, jadi kita fikir macam mana kita dapat bantu. Okay, so minggu lepas saya ada sediakan satu platform lah, list kan, kita nak dapatkan dulu siapa yang ada di Twitter sebenarnya, tapi benda tu saya belum circulate around, cuma kepada saya bagi cadangan kepada BEP. Lepas tu saya ada juga yang private DM me on Telegram and ask for the links, so I just provided the link to her, but I think it will circulate into bigger group. Okay, so kita akan list dulu, bagi list tu supaya semua boleh isi dari Twitter untuk subjek apa, untuk form berapa, I rasa kita kena dapat dulu tutor kita, baru kita boleh deploy kepada student-student kan. Baru ada orang cakap apa, more solid platform lah. Kita juga berbincang mengenai the best platform to deploy this thing. So ada beberapa cadangan lah, dan itu yang saya perlukan malam ni, sebab saya pun selama ni saya mengajar cousin saya through WhatsApp je. Contohnya dia ada soalan, saya pun ajar dia dan send back. So mungkin ada yang dah selalu deal dengan kerja rumah anak-anak ke, dan boleh bagi cadangan platform yang terbaik supaya kita dapat tolong ni student. Yeah.
So I think after this, I have a lot of questions to ask you, Delia, because I'm also a teacher, and then I spoke to a few teachers already. I think after this, we have to speak more on this. How can we make sure that this gets to those who need it? All right, let's go on to our gang Science from Selangor. So yes, well, we're very happy that Science finally have our first cawangan in Selangor. And who wants to go first? So you want to briefly introduce yourself, take turn, and then after that, I'll ask you guys the questions from the public.
Ladies
Ain?
first.
Yep.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Hello. Saya Nur Ain binti Syafiuddin daripada Kubu Selangor, specifically Kuala Kubu Baru. Saya sekarang berumur 32 tahun. Saya masih seorang pelajar. I'm currently studying Master of Counselling at Open University Malaysia, and insyaAllah will finish by next year, hopefully, if there's no halangan lah. What else do I have to talk about?
So next is Yvonne.
Okay. Hi everyone, Yvonne. Have to disclose age, no need lah. Okay. I help my dad run a very small construction company. We do all sorts of loose, wet
Boleh
work.
bagi cadangan platform yang terbaik supaya kita dapat tolong.
That. So yeah, what else? Now this is MCO, right? We can't do anything. We've been out of job since 1st of June, but we try to keep our workers and everybody afloat. Us also, no pay cuts and whatever. That aside, I think everybody is also in a pretty dire situation, but we do what we can. That aside, any political involvement prior to this, I've attended birthday twice. And then like many years ago, I volunteered for about a year in Hannah Yu's office. Back then it was in Subang Jaya. I think that's about it. That's all to know about me. So I hope by joining Parti Sains, I can actually contribute more lah.
How did you hear about us actually?
I follow Ken and Shafika on Twitter, and I feel like you two are so humorous. And then Ken was tweeting this, tweeting that. Like, suddenly got party lah. This throw party then suddenly become real lah. I was like, wait, what? So yeah. So,
Mike?
literally just like that night itself when I found out, I signed up, I paid, and like, let's see where this is going. And voila, we're here now.
Okay. Hopefully more to come in the next few weeks. Parti Sains is about 3.5 weeks old actually right now today.
Such a baby.
Yeah. Mike, how about you?
Hi, I'm Michael. Basically, right now, due to the MCO, I'm more of like a house husband. So, anything to do with the house and all stuff, I'm doing that. Formerly from the entertainment and media industry, but we were badly affected from the start of the pandemic until now because event couldn't be held. And because I'm no longer a journalist, so I don't get a full-time job. And basically, just got involved in the whole thing from basically social media. I was trolling all these fellas, and then people like Julian and all that stuff start asking me to check out you guys because you guys was also doing the same thing. And next time I know, I party.
We're doing it on a national level. Yeah. All right. It's so nice to have you guys. I mean, like, and also, I think this is the first time that I actually see all of you face to face at one time. I hope to see you guys soon in person. and really I appreciate joining the party and of course setting up and mobilizing the party on the state level right now. Okay, so Sadiq.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everybody. I'm Sadiq from Selangor, Kajang. Actually, I'm a graduate in civil engineer. I've got nearly about 30 years experience in constructions, developments, and so on. Currently, I'm actually a businessman and I own my own construction company. Also, the most important is, I'm a father to 3 of my children. And what else can I say?
How did you find out about us?
Yes. The idea of this formation is is fresh, is clean, is new. I mean to say there's no Dato or Tan Sri here, or is there? Ken, you don't have any title, huh?
I'm Tech Guru.
Okay. It does not matter who you are, old or young. You have experience or no experience. It does not matter whether you're a student or jobless or corporate leaders and all that. You can voice out. Your voice can be heard. Everything will be considered. It's something. An idea where we are quite, to say, a bit fed up with our current politicians. So there's something very, very new. So that this idea is what actually get me to to say interest in joining this group.
It's good to see you in a state level formation right now. Okay, so to the listeners, you can post your comments. We will ask them to our newly minted state branch leader. So let's go with the questions that's already been asked. So how do you want to do this? So you guys can speak together or take turns. I'll leave it. So number 1, what are the upcoming activities that you have in the pipeline right now? And seeing that you guys are already going through your election and everything already. So once everything is done, what will be the first thing that you do, and what is the upcoming ones that we can look forward to, both from the BEP and also from the public and also from the potential Selangor members? Who wants to take this?
Sadiq, you wanna talk about your team, Sati Kajang, doing the do that.
Actually, what to say? We haven't formed a committee yet. We have candidates. Actually, we are in the midst of running our election. It's supposed to be, completed by tomorrow. And nevertheless, I think we have about 9 candidates, 9 positions inside the committee, and there are about 12 candidates. Nevertheless, we have agreed among ourselves it should have something like a flat structure. There's only a name, chairman, and all these things, but all have to be, decided to get discussed together. So, we have did a very short time. We come up with the idea, what can we do now? Because of science, we want people in Selangor to know science from a good point of view. Hear our name from a good point of view. What can we do? Of course, the best thing we can do now is to contribute to the needy during these CNPO times. And personally, I've proposed to look at this orphanage, rumah anak-anak yatim, and also the old folks home, because I used to pay the visit to these homes, and they are somehow being neglected. They used to say they have a lot of fun coming on before all this CMCO, but now the people are difficult, and somehow there are a lot of other movement to help others. Bendera putih now have bendera hitam. I'm not sure what this. So we have identified a few of these orphanages and all that. Yes, indeed, they are in very dire need of funds, food stuff. So we have identified this, and we upon appointment of the committee members. I hope we can take some donation drives in how to assist these centers. That is our first thing that we have thought of. But the rest will come after the committee have taken their place.
Yeah, so far I think we've only identified which center we want to help. We know for sure Sadiq's gotten their addresses and all that stuff. We only know we want to help them, but how yet we don't yet know how. But gathering volunteers and brainstorming ways to fundraise and all that is still under construction.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
So how can they follow your progress?
Okay. The progress, because there's only one day left. I mean, that is tomorrow. We will know the committee already. So once the committee is formed up, it will be just 1-2 days. We'll have our plan will be more focused and more organized. And then from there on, they can actually know what's the progress. At the moment, the progress is actually, through Telegram group, we are actually just updating to our own members.
Okay.
Yeah, they can actually find out more on the social media. We'll update it quite often. Right now, basically, we're just sharing all the food bank locations that everyone is sharing. So from there, once we have our own stuff moving, we will also basically inform everybody through there, and we use that as our record book for everybody to see what is happening.
And we have to understand, during this PKPD, the movement is not easy for us to gather the charity staffs and all that. But I think we have to push some things through. We have to make some things happen. We see how the committee comes in and how things goes along.
So currently, any you want to say anything about the Cawangan right now? How many people you have, and most of them are from where? Anything you want to say about the overall Cawangan members?
Michael, do you want to take this?
I think we on Telegram we have about 60 plus people in it, but the active one, there's only about 30 of us that is really active. You will see the same bunch of faces that is making all the noise in the group. And basically, but from Taki's side, I believe there is more people that is yet to join into the Telegram group.
From my list here, Selangor has more than 100 members from Selangor. So you have a lot actually.
So we are trying to get them to react into the Telegram as well as in the discussion forum.
If they're listening, one of them, if they're listening right now and they're still not in Telegram yet, you can join our Telegram to the main group at bit.ly later I'll share it in the link. Once we are there, usually we organize ourselves into different states and different policy committees actually. So we are still short of manpower. All of us are being mobilized to do the things that we are passionate and we are good at right now. If you are good at leading, by all means, quickly help us mobilize our state Cawangan. If you are passionate about energy security, food security, education, monthly income, guaranteed monthly income, please join our policy committees. We are just, like I said just now, less than a month old. We need all the people we have, all the talent we have, and so far I really I'm grateful for all the support that we have from our members. From nothing last month, that we are 627 strong today, and from just national centralized few people, and now we are all over in Sarawak, in Selangor, in KL, in Penang, and soon next week, Tilia, we will be in Kelantan, right? Yes. Hopefully, as soon as PKP is over, we will have a cooperation.
I saw few Clantonese people finally involved. So I think we will do a kick-off meeting for Kelantan branch. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on a bit. So right now, a lot of people are wondering what is our short-term and long-term plan. Okay, let me, Shafiqah, what do you think our BEP side, what is our short-term and long-term plan?
Our long-term plan would obviously be the ROS approval. I consider that as a long-term because we don't know when that's going to happen. And then there's the koperasi, there's the setting up the Cawangan together with the members. As far as short-term goes, I think setting up Cawangan is also considered as something that we want to do within the short term. I mean, we're already mobilizing Selangor. We have Kelantan, Sarawak next. So that's good. So there's also recruitment. We want to get more members. So I would say that our short-term plan as of now, mostly, at least for me, is just trying to work on the policy papers, doing a lot of reading, a lot of getting updated with whatever's happening now in the country, politics, so that we can plan something for the people instead of just like sitting back and being angry at the government.
And for Mike, I know you're gonna answer your short-term and long-term plan for Selangor, but I have one short-term plan for you. 200 over merchandise is going over to you tomorrow. So they all belong to our Selangor and KL members. So you will have to distribute it to them. And then a good chance for you to meet them as well. So you guys will have to think how to distribute it to them. I want it to be something that you guys can finally meet your members. So the caps, the face masks, they are all ready and they are going towards Selangor first. All right. It's like suddenly I feel like this is like distributing vaccine pula. So this morning, with Firdaus and Bomb, we already put them into boxes.
Can't go anywhere.
I know, but it will go to you first. If you need to send them out through post, by all means, go ahead. I'll leave it to your decision, your team's, your committee decision. By tomorrow, you have a committee already. So yeah, let us know how we can support. But then all the merchandise will go to all the state with Cawangan. Sarawak will be here, and yeah. So I don't want to send it everyone from here. Number one, can you imagine sending 600 over at the post office? Number two, it will cost a lot of unnecessary packaging as well. So I think the most important part that I really like is you can use it as a means to engage and meet your members. So I'll put KL. I think you get in touch with KL, Cawangan KL. Both of you can see how it can be done because to me KL is Selangor anyway. So we can do all together. So who knows? When you meet, there's something new ideas may come up. For how I think Selangor and KL alone merged together would be like 100 plus 200 members already. So that'll be cool. Putrajaya as well. All right, so there you go. Short-term plan and long-term plan for your Cawangan.
I think for us, our short-term plan is to drive the plan that Sadiq has in mind. That is the short-term, and for members, it will be more of right now we are just organizing everything, try to find the heads and tails because all of us have no experience in it. All the suggestions that is being thrown out, we basically, I guess, use our experience in running businesses as our stepping stones on what we need to do and all that stuff. So basically, I guess our short term will also lead into the long term because after this we'll also look at how to drive our membership higher, and we have sort of like a care package or a welcome package that when they join Selangor, they can just access this file that we are preparing. So all the information that they need on who to look for in the Cawangan, the breakdown of the constitution and the policies and what are the plans that we have in mind, all will be listed in there in point form or in the short form as we go along. And of course, long term, we hope to expand and get all 22 parliamentary Cawangan up and running. So that would be the long term, but hopefully by I would say if you want to be gung-ho, hopefully by end of the year we can see that. If not, then hopefully by next year we can get more people interested to come in and join us.
Okay, I think we will watch closely and copy. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's see the next question. I think Asma in here. Asma, you want to introduce yourself before we move on? Hello, Asma.
Hey,
Hi everyone. Finally get to see you. Yeah.
Before I know you have questions, but before you ask, can you please introduce yourself? I know you're from Selangor, so introduce yourself and how do you find out about us? How long have you joined us, and how has it been so far with this Selangor Cawangan people?
Oh, they're very lively. Selangor people are very lively. We got it's like suddenly we have our bunch of people together. Like suddenly we're not alone. So that's how I feel. Like okay, so I'm not in this alone. And then when Ken started to propose, I'm like, okay, there's a ray of light somewhere because I'm honestly frustrated. That's how I got to join you honestly because I'm frustrated and I want to do something about it because before this I've never been in politics, never ever. I voted yes, but then after that I leave it to those people who I think they know what they're doing. However, right now I think they don't know what they're doing, and if you don't step up, who else gonna do it? Therefore, here I am. That's what I think. And thank you, Ken, for starting it.
You're welcome. I think I have to thank you back. Without you guys, I can't start anything, right? So, yes. Okay, what was your question for the leadership today?
Yeah, so I actually posted the question in the Google question sheet that you posted before. So let me ask you again. This aspiration, right? Okay, we started with something that we have a common goal. We need to fix situation. But however, usually party will tend to move when they form, and then when they started their movement, and suddenly everything goes like left and right. So how do you ensure that this won't happen to Parti Sains? Because otherwise we're gonna end up like the rest of the party that's already there. So how are you gonna make sure the aspiration how we started stay true in the coming future? So that's my concern, honestly.
This question is for Cawangan or for me?
For Cawangan and for you. So I want to hear from you as well, and also for Cawangan, maybe our guys we're in one kepala. So, but
Good.
from you
So
first, yeah.
let's let Selangor answer it first. How do you make sure that our party remain on our feet and on our vision and our objective? How on a state level in Selangor so you can Selangor can go first, and then after that I don't know, Afiq, you want to answer or Shafika? Yeah. So Selangor first.
Okay, anybody want to take it on?
Selangor first.
I guess.
Selangor. Okay, go ahead.
No.
Okay. I guess the most important agenda that we have to look at is define what are the things that we want to do, and from there only we know where we are, the direction that we are going, how to get everybody still interested 5-10 years down the road, or whether we will deviate from our objective or not. That really depends on the members, because at the end of the day, a party can only move forward through the support of the members. And like Yvonne and Sadiq, you all mentioned earlier, we try to get we do things, try it in a more flat structure kind of way, so we get everybody's opinion. Everybody's opinion matters to us, and from there we try to come up with a consensus on the direction that we want to hit to.
Anyone wants to add anything?
May I add a bit?
Sure.
It's important for us, since we are quite new, for us to look into what happened to other political parties and what are the problems. I think this is very easy to identify. What's the problem with UMNO? What's the problem with PKR actually when they started as early? It was very good and a very, aspiration party. And what's happening to PAS and what are their mistakes? This we need to until. One thing that I've just, a couple of days from coming out from Ken for BAP, one question is BEP going to dictate Selangor Cawangan, or can we actually, use our own creativity and to plan our things and all that. I'm very happy with what DEP answered, that we are free to think. We have young minds here. We are not those political parties like UMNO where they already have those, people and groups. And if an intellectual want to join a politics, is almost they will shy away from this kind of groups. So this is very important to identify. Why the other parties, why we are unhappy with the current political scenario at the moment. It's what I look at it at this time.
Okay, from our side, I think our mission and our vision of the party is quite clear for now, which is we want policies to be evidence-based, if you want me to put it into one sentence.
Yeah.
So that's for far too long, when we have our political decision and policies being made, is usually being made not in favor of the results. It's more into like, all right, how do I please certain group of people? And how do I not piss off certain group of people? So I think our party moving on is to let the people know and to let especially our members know this is our core values, number one. Number two, we have a few policies that we will push as soon as we get the opportunity. Okay, being frontline politics to go in right away is for that's the best and ideal. If not, we will still push for this policy through all means possible. Number one is guaranteed monthly income. Number two is having a trickle up. We now try to make it easier to understand for the public. We call it trickle up economies. Money must go to the hands that need it, not to the hands that hoard it. All right. So when the money goes to the bottom, the monies and these are the money that we will be spent into something more useful. We cannot pass it to the top and then make our bottom back for it. This is not the kind of economy that we want in the long term. So if that, if that is currently none of the party fighting for, we will be there, even though if we think that we're committing a political suicide. Okay, so I hope all the members are here with me and agree with me that if in the long term, this is our goal, to make sure that we voice out what is not being voiced out by other political parties right now. Number one, evidence-based policies. Number two, a more trickle-up economy. And third, I think we also want to talk about a more sustainable development. Malaysia is such a beautiful place that we have been destroying, left, right, and center. So our trees are gone, our beaches are gone, our animals are gone. And then for the past 60 years after destroying our entire, in the name of development, have we really developed? Are our people richer right now? Okay, so I think sustainable development, GMI, and also a trickle-up economy will be the center of a discussion for the first round right now until we push it all the way into the parliament, if we have to do it. So I think if these are the mission, mission, and objective, if we all stay clear on here, there are many ways of doing it. Like what Sadiq said, there are creative ways of doing it. So I hope this is clear for my side. And how about Shafiqah, Afiq?
I think Mike and Ken pretty much said what I wanted to say. But just to add on a little bit, I think it's also important, like, within science, it begins with the self, where you have to keep reminding yourself that whatever you're doing it for the greater good. You're doing it for Malaysians. So even if the evidence points to this particular policy being good for the country, we can't deny that maybe there will be certain people who are like, oh, this thing makes me kind of uncomfortable due to certain personal biases. So those are the kind of things that we want to put aside, our own personal biases, our own personal agendas or whatsoever, because whatever we are doing, we have to always remind ourselves that we are doing it for the greater good. So it begins with the self, and also I think with the flat hierarchy that we currently have in the party, just don't be afraid to speak out how you feel. If you think someone is going out of line, if you think someone is saying something that isn't true to our core values, then you can just speak up. It doesn't matter whether it's just someone that's in the Cawangan or if they're in the BEP, you can just say it. So I think this now that we are only like 3.5 weeks old, starting out with, we can start the culture of holding each other accountable, not like right now, since we're new, instead of waiting down the line. So if it's a culture that we have established right from the beginning, then hopefully future members will also follow. So regardless whether, I mean, we're not going to be BEP forever, and there are going to be like other people to replace us. So these are the kind of core values that we want others to be able to get as well. So I think it starts with the self, and also being able to hold ourselves and other people accountable as well.
Yeah, so once you join the party, there is no youth wing, there is no women's wing, there is no whatever wing. Once you're in, we have to work, and we work together on the same level. The access to leadership is open to Afiq the same way as it's open to Sadiq or Asma, or even Darius who just joined us. So we do not encourage any, any red tapes and also bureaucracy. So by the time a young person who wants to climb a party, by the time he become party leadership, he probably in retirement age already to go through all the steps. Yeah, so we don't have a youth party. So if you join us, you are as equal as whoever who founded the party even. The only difference is I have the founding party has a nicer membership number. That's all. Before we move on, we want to welcome Darius. Darius, this is the second time for the second week he joined us. Hello.
Hello everyone.
Okay, so before I move on to the question from Facebook, Darius, you want to introduce yourself? How you joined? How has it been so far?
Hi. As you know, I'm Darius. I think this is my more than my second. I think second, third week, and I would say that my experiences have been quite eye-opening. Well, from my perspective, because I think there are many things that I've learned so far from this group, and I would say that it's quite a valuable experience. And I would say that when it comes to Sains Selangor, we have actually, I think, and I mean, I didn't want to brag. I think we are probably the most talkative group up there. Every day we'll be talking about our experiences. Yeah, and we'll be sometimes we will talk about how we could help. How it could help what's going on the current political scene, like in terms of like the white flag movement, and how we could make it so that I would have help the needed actually. And I would say at the moment I'm really hyped for what we'll be doing in the future, because as I can see, we are just starting, and there are more things that will be coming in, and we have some in plan at the moment.
Okay, so let's go right next to the question from the public. Do you ever consider changing the party logo? I understand where it comes from, but to move forward, I personally think it is good that we can be independent without being associated with other parties in whatever form. Okay, this question goes straight to the Secgen. He is the one who registered the logo.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Do we ever consider changing the party logo? At the moment, no. But we can't because it's already in the constitution, and the constitution has already been sent to ROS. So pending approval, after that maybe we can change it. If any of you in the symposium to come put forth a motion to change the logo, you can just send your JPEG to us, a design in JPEG to us, and then we can vote on it. If the members think that we should change the logo, then we will change. That's it. Yes. That's how democracy works. So,
you have 3 months to design a new logo and put it up, and then we will vote. Hopefully you guys can go through the very short channel, which is submit it through your cawangan, so that your cawangan knows what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, the cawangan will send representatives to vote on behalf of you during the symposium. If you can convince For example, convince Yvonne that your logo is nicer. Yvonne will vote on behalf of you from your cawangan in the symposium and hopefully convince other members to representative vote, and then we will change our logo if the motion is passed by majority. I'm more than happy to. But for now, that is what we submitted. And that will be what is, if we are approved by ROS, that will be our logo until it's being amended during the symposium. That is why it's very important to have a cawangan. So it's a very short channel because you need to get it well known first. Or if you run as a cawangan representative, even better. You will put the motion up yourself and you will vote for it along with other representatives. We welcome that. Yeah.
Right.
So I hope we answer your question. Yeah, Yvonne,
can I
yes.
add a little bit to that? I personally think we all know our logo is associated with which party, right? But I personally think being that just that hyphen in the middle, I think we have an upper hand in some ways because that party is known, basically is known nationwide, right? And then suddenly this our party Sains comes about and it's good to confuse people, it's good to get people to talk about us anyway. Like they say, bad marketing is still marketing, a bad ad is still an ad. If people talk about you have an upper hand, I feel. So yeah, I like our logo.
No, I agree with Yvonne. We also don't want to move away from our
identity.
Yeah, because that is our identity. That's how it started, and that's how we want to, grow from.
Plus, it's a planet. It's green. It's not white. And yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
But do we have any like standby?
Read the Constitution. We have another flag. I don't want to talk about it, but read the Constitution.
So the circle with the ring in the middle is
Lencana.
Bendera has a different logo.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people haven't
just
actually seen the.
Because just the reason I ask is because ROS is very sticky when it comes to these type of things, and especially it's a political party, and if you were to ever get a chance to fight for a seat and all that stuff, they would not want a logo that people can get confused with.
I think our logo is quite unique, right? Afiq, take a look in the Constitution. I don't think any other party logo looks like that.
It's on the first page.
Yeah.
Easy
Unless
to find.
tomorrow vaccine minister wants to open a new party, I'm not sure. So next question, I think is for Sadiq.
Yeah, what is that?
You have a question from the public.
Question for you.
It's an essay. To leverage off of Sadiq's point of helping out orphanages or folks home, I'd like to suggest the following. Give a prepaid credit to small home-based businesses that are doing some food businesses, then supply to the places of interest that we are intending to help. Make a contribution to Crack House Comedy that can cut up to 50 and 100 pizza and have those pizza distributed to the location. Hence, we pay the supply. So from the Selangor point of view, what do you think?
Okay. I'll handle that because I've been liaising directly with the caretakers. Because I've done in the past, I've done a contribution to these centers as well. So at the moment, what I spoke to them, of course, the main thing all of them will ask was the thing they need most is money. This month the electric bill not paid. I need to buy that Pampers. I need to buy this and all that. And some of them actually have given me a list of the things that it's urgently they need. And some of things like how for my children, we have our 60 children, online school, tablets only have 10, and they can't attend classes. And some will say they prefer rice, detergent, laundries, and all that. So we have to identify these first. What the center is actually needs, like clothing. Yes, children need clothing. Orphanage needs clothing and also toys. But the caretaker for the old folks home, they say don't send any clothing here. These old folks, they're very choosy in clothing. They don't actually take whatever clothes they want. So it's important for us to identify what the center really wants. And first of all, at the moment, the thing that we are doing now, we want to help to the very easy thing to bring in donation and then pass some foods to them. Almost all the centers, they say they're bread making. So what are we doing is, we know some of the homemade bread. homemade bread, actually, those genuine people who are quite unfortunate, maybe a single mother and all that, having set up a homemade breads and all that. So we are getting from them with a much lesser price from the shops, and also it tastes much better. So with this, we contribute. So with we can kill two birds with one stone, something like that. Help whichever way we can. Does that answer the question? Is there something else there?
Okay. Let me quickly answer one more question from the public. Abdul Muhaimin Jani. Wondering if I'm working in Selangor. I'm also wondering. Okay, so you join and contribute all your effort in Selangor, but you make sure all your monetary financial donation goes to Sarawak. Hope I answer your question. Yeah.
So there's Sarawak people but in Selangor.
Yeah. A lot of Sarawakian working in Selangor, I think. So that's why when I say Selangor, yeah. Because when they sign up, I think they use their IC, and then when we retrieve them, it's all from Sarawak. Actually, Kelantan also have a lot of numbers, but actually when you contact them, they're actually in KL. Yeah, but
I'm a Kelantanese.
Are you in KL?
No, I'm a Kelantanese, but I stay in Selangor. I've been voting for Selangor. So I'd like to have Kelantanese indirectly, if I could, next in the future. But directly, I'll be with Selangor.
Definitely,
from Kelantan.
Kelantanese.
Sorry?
For Kelantan branch. We need more Kelantanese for Kelantan branch. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well,
I
I
think
can talk to them over there. I can at least communicate and relay messages. Or when the time comes, then I can help out.
Yeah. Are you in the Telegram group of northern and eastern part? Eastern branches.
No.
Okay, maybe I'll share the link to you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think this is a question for Selangor. A tricky one. Who wants to take it? Since you guys are from Parti Sains right now.
SOPs for back and forth.
I don't believe what they are doing is.
It's very obvious. It's not science based. It's very obvious. It's not.
Okay, well, how is it not then?
Very
Who wants to
obvious.
take the question?
I think we are just stuck in the middle, being the punching bag when I would say the federal government is trying to take a Mickey out of the Selangor government for pissing them off. And yeah, unfortunately, those of us that stays in KL and Selangor is the one that get it. It's like everywhere else isn't doing any mass testing. In Selangor we are, and next thing we know, we have the highest numbers, and Selangor has to go into a lockdown situation and kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
like being punished.
Yeah, they need to come out of being a reactive federal government and really just sit down and really think of what they really need to do for the citizens to come out of the whole thing.
I think
So,
that's what they're doing, just sitting down and thinking. Just sitting down and thinking, planning or new I don't know, badan to think and think and plan, and there is no execution. Again.
Yeah, even I disagree from the beginning about the PKP thing. I think when Parti Sains was still joking around that time, I actually released the how can it be simplified, and I was expecting, oh yeah, you guys read it already, and then everybody's asking for it. Until now, even after sending it to MPs and everybody, we are still going back to the MCO. The guideline. You know, that PDF that is like 60 over pages for different for KL, Selangor, and also Perak. So it doesn't make sense for people to actually read and understand 60 over pages of PDF.
Yeah, so because what was the point of the Prime Minister talking about phase 1, 2, 3, 4? But now we're still using PKPD. We already had that phase 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it?
How hard is it for them to do something simple so we know what to do when the cases is how many? When they say it's red, okay, we do this. When they say it's green, we do this. But right now we have PDFs. So imagine even people like us who is so used to all this PDF online, don't understand, suddenly, hey, how many people can I go to work or not? And can you imagine other people like our parents? I'm not gonna send PDF to my parents to read. And then it's to make it worse, kan Sarawak always like, oh, we have a different set.
Oh,
Yeah. So as soon as KL send the PDF out, or Sarawak will say, okay, item 223, section B is different. In Sarawak, we can allow 3 people. So we are stuck into this kind of mess that people don't care anymore. Just go out only lah, just buy your things and come back. And then with all this rule, there is no enforcement. The only enforcement is when they go out and catch people, and then there is a double standard, obvious double standard. So if you are somebody who owe and support to certain people, you can just go outside and eat durian. Nothing will happen to you. For most of us, without the privilege of supporting certain people, as soon as I step out right now, even if I'm jogging, I will get a fine right away. And yeah, so this is a thing that, it pisses people off, and I think we're frustrated as well. Happens everywhere, even in Sarawak as well. I mean, we see VIPs can do whatever that they want. They can do whatever that they want because they don't have to be worried about repercussion, because they hold certain people by their seats. All right, so we have I hope that answers the question from the public. And yes, we have a very serious question right now for the party, for the branch first. What is your expectation from the BEP?
That's a good question.
I think this is a question for Darius and for Asma, for Ali AJK. What is your expectation for your Cawangan right now, and what is your expectation for the party itself as a whole? Seeing that now you guys already have a branch, and yeah. Who wants to go first, Darius or Asma?
Maybe I'll go first. Hi. I think for our branch and party, we recently just established, but I think a lot of the members in Parti Sains and have a lot of expectations for what we should do. At the moment, I think that once I feel like if we get more members, we should be able to have a more stabilized party in terms of the skill sets and what we can provide. But I think for the expectations for our party would be that we can start rolling to do the good that we could have done. Yeah, I mean, and currently at this moment, as we can see, Malaysia is in some sort of distress lah. And as much as we do want to help, we do have the ideas, but for some ideas, it will be quite hard for us to implement due to some restrictions that we have at the moment lah. But we are still trying our best to see if any way we could help. And I would say that all in all, there are a lot of expectations, but at the moment, we are trying our best to help out lah.
Anything for the party?
And the party, yes, for the party, I think everyone can agree when I say that when it comes to expectations for party, we all come in to have one vision, which is to be a flat party, in the sense that we all will have a say in something, and we all have, as long we have the experience, we can contribute to anything or any plan that we have set in mind. And I think this is quite important. Everyone will have a say, and will have a way to contribute some of their insights into whichever plans or policies that they have. And I think this is what makes the party so great, because we are, after all, still a science-based party, and we will try to weigh out the pros and cons of any input anyone have. And I think if settling on the best decision is just the right way to go for it.
Okay, thank you, Darius. Asma, do you have any expectation for the branch and also the party?
Yeah, I'd like to add actually, like for the branch, I think it is important for the branch, for the Selangor branch to work for the people. I mean, our common goal is for the people. However, like we have to always keep remember that what party are we? Why are we? Forming a party, and then we have to always translate this in our actions. That's for the branch, and I think for the whole, I think it is also we need to remember that the objective, and then what we are doing, and then we have to also uphold the party's decisions and then objective, and then execute to the state level, like in fairness, like equally. So I think that's important to always walk together in the same directions. That's
Okay.
what I think.
Thank you. So before we go back to it's been an hour. We have another 5 or 6 minutes left. Before we go back to the tuition thing by Tilia, we have another question actually. I think all of you should take it from Selangor. So, what do you want to see for Selangor in terms of EMCO and MCO? What are the science evidence-based policy that you have in mind for Selangor right now that can be done for COVID-19? Yeah, finally we can pass these kind of questions to our
We need the
members.
data.
We get okay, good. We need the data. We get asked this a lot for the past few weeks.
Yeah, then we can plan properly.
Go for it. Yeah. What do you think can be done tomorrow? If Abba currently asks you, okay, I'll listen to you, Sadiq. Give me the things that I should do tomorrow for Selangor.
Step down all the existing ministers, bring back, give back the mandate to the people who have been elected. That's the first thing they have to do.
That is not a science policy.
It's not.
I mean, one of the most important things in science is accountability. But yes.
Okay, let's say that seriously, MKN wants your input right now as a Selangor Science Cawangan. So, as a formidable political party branches in Selangor right now, the MKN wants you to sit on the table. And what do you think the people can expect you to represent them and push for Selangor itself?
Okay. I think currently we're already doing the right thing by mass testing many people in many areas. Secondly is the vaccine law, I feel, and I don't know how many percent of people out there already gotten their first dose. I myself haven't. Berebut that day. That one also need to fix that. Okay, that one aside.
The vaccine, yes.
Yeah, they should kaji and get the data and statistics on people who have been vaccinated.
I have something to say later.
Yeah, and then slowly reopen up. I think it's okay to open up. So these two things, vaccines and pembukaan ekonomi, boleh berjalan secara serentak, tapi haruslah with the proper steps lah. I feel science evidence based enough.
I also believe that we have to take care of our people. Our people has been poor for so long. Even without the PKP, a lot of our people are actually looking for their next meal all the time. With the PKP, these people actually has no means of actually feeding themselves and their family. So I think the first thing that MKN wants to look for is when they consider making all these stupid decisions, not only they should consider how to stop the spread and how to stop the politicians from doing what they want to do. Can they actually, even though it's not evidence or science or anything, can they actually put themselves in the shoe of all these people who cannot afford to stay alive? Okay, their mental stress, their health, their nutrition. These people have kids they need to feed. So when they make a decision like that, put themselves once. Okay, get out of their alpha and go down and think how would it affect you if you're one of them? Okay, you're menteri right now, even though I mean, like, these are something so simple to do. Just for a moment, put yourself in their shoe, literally speaking, and think, if it happens to you, what would you do? So I think this is not being asked enough from the menteri, and I don't think they care even. But yeah. All right. So thank you everybody for the science, for the stating of the party. It has been great fun. I think should have more of this, and I definitely would observe you guys from how your progress is, and then if there are good things, I hope to replicate it here as well. And then since you are the first party of Cawangan, the first corporasi will be at your location. So once we set up everything in Kuching, everything is okay
Decide
already.
where in Selangor?
Yeah, where in Selangor, where can we do it, where's the best place to do it, and if possible, maybe you want to discuss and merge your resources with KL even. So in Kuching, I can tell you we have a place which is fully glassed and it'll be a cafe. We have license to do three things. We can have a kebun, we can have a runchit, and we can have restaurant. So use your creativity how to make money. Yeah, all members will be have a share, but then workers will have extra. The longer you work with our corporacy, the more share that you have from the company. It is set up for you. It's called a cooperative for a reason. It belongs to all of us, all the lifetime members. Okay. The reason people are asking, then annual member, how? We cannot do this because if we do this and every year I have to chase you and ask you, hey, can you renew your membership? If not, we have to kick you out and then I have to write a petition to SKM to remove your name from the company. So for lifetime, let's say the corporacy have 1,000 share. Each of you will hold one share until you sell it away or throw it away. And then the share, we don't know if the company is making money, there will be dividends it's just like Amanah Saham actually. You don't have to do anything, you own the share. Okay, and if you want to work for the corporacy, then you have probably, every year you get additional share. We haven't finalized that yet. We have to put that into discussion with SKM. Within the next 3 months, we are already diterima. So right now it's just to, go through the paperwork, and Sarawak will start the first one because it's cheaper to start here. Our rental is, compared to KL, is nothing. I think to rent one place in KL, you can rent 10 in Kuching. Yeah. We will hire our worker, we'll give them dividend, we'll make sure to tell our worker this place also belongs to them. Priority will be given to our members, and then we will try our best to make sure that it replicates in every state successfully. Not only we have a party that take care of the member, but also have a member that take care of the party as well. Okay, so I personally, I really look forward and excited about this. And then with such a big membership, I think those who can afford, have your birthday party there, have your lecture there, have all your ceramah there. I mean, we look for a place to go sometimes, right? We go, hey, pergi mana ni? Next time, whenever anyone asks where you should go, that should be the place. You're going to spend the money anyway, why not spend it back to the party and help the members, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have any events, do it there, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not married yet, my wedding will be there.
Strong.
Yeah.
When people ask where you're going, when people ask where you're going, they can say, "Oh, we're going to."
Uranus.
Yeah, like what you feel like doing tonight. Yeah.
Oh no.
Catchy, right? Is it catchy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the next morning you can ask, how was Uranus last night? All right, get back to the serious question to Tiadin. All right, so now back to our very serious thing. Science is going to have an online tuition platform. So it's a two-way thing. We are going to concentrate on having tutors. We are going to concentrate on having tutors first, and then after that, we're gonna, anyone who needs to catch up on your studies, you can contact us. We will try our best to arrange a tutor for you, whether it's a one-on-one or whether it is classroom-based. Okay, it will be free. There will be no cost, and then we are looking this at long term as well. Personally, in Kuching, I have a space for you to teach. So before your SPM, if you need tutor, you need to catch up, you need things. If you're in Kuching, I have a space for you. Personally, at my office, I am a teacher myself. Okay, we in a few years back, we started something called the Hatch, which is a space for students and teachers to come together to have a tuition. So I still have it, and then when the corporacy is done, we have space upstairs for you to do it as well. So that is after PKP. Before the PKP, sadly, everything will be online. Okay, so most of the questions I put up right now will be for, where is it? Okay, it's went up already. This is for Tilia. Okay, here. All right, Tilia, all yours. And
All right. I thought you had answered to that question.
no, it's yours right now.
Thank
These
you
are not
for asking, Gajen. So basically, my plan would be we will circulate the link for the list of tutors as soon as possible. So get people who interested to join in to list their name and some other details into that particular link. So maybe I think I will give until next Thursday, Friday, so we can see how many people sign in for tutors, and then I will escalate that to find the targeted students. I mean the students who needs the tutoring section. Yeah. So I think nanti we'll be sharing the link in the Telegram group. Okay.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter or follow us on Instagram or join us in Telegram. We have 3 channels.
Question number 2. Yeah, the particularly will be shared later in the Telegram group. Third question, how could we tackle online fatigue among students? This is basically my own personal suggestion. For me, there will be no long session. Perhaps we can just keep it into maybe one hour to 1.5 hour, because kalau lagi sikit tu tak sempat pula the student to understand that particular subject topic kan. Perhaps try to make it relevant hours. Do not drag the hours, because sekarang pun students siang-siang pun dah the whole day they stuck on the screen kan. So maybe we just try to maybe for one student maybe once or twice a week, depending on the state of fatigue they are experiencing. Yeah.
Add a little bit more on number 3. So if any students, if you already have a laptop and you want to learn physics, chemistry, or mathematics, we won't do it over Zoom. Join me in Minecraft. So it'll be something different. We play inside, and yeah, you have your avatar, you can build your house inside, and then class starts, you come to the class, you walk to the classroom. All right, so a bit different. So hopefully that will tackle your online fatigue. I also have experimenting on another gamified online teaching. It's a 2D one. You remember last time when you were playing all this game, Harvest Moon? It's like that. You're all inside there having your avatar, and you're still listening to the boring me there up there when I present, you appear on the blackboard. My slides appear on the blackboard, so everything will be a bit more. Hopefully, you guys still get motivated. Hang on a bit more. The school will open soon, as soon as most of us, something like that. So a lot of us will are a bit fatigued. I understand, but then we have to
open first lah.
Yeah, that is interesting suggestion.
I will arrange the platform and I will test it.
I will join your class soon.
Yeah, we will start. All right, so
Did we answer number 2 question?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get in touch with me. I'm on Telegram group. If you didn't manage to find the link in the group itself, just DM me. By the name, I think Kak Rock. Can.
It appears as Kak Rock to me because I saved your number as that. But to the rest, I'm not sure. But just scream inside the Telegram, somebody will answer you.
Yeah, I will say hi in Telegram group now.
Okay, so thank you everyone for your time this weekend. We will be having a Santunan Minggu Sains every week, either on Friday or Saturday. We usually talk about policies, but once in a while we talk about new cawangan, new initiative, and you're welcome to ask any questions regarding anything about the party to us or to our cawangan. Next week we will talk about guaranteed monthly income, on why we think that this is important. I am very, very passionate about this. So next week, you will meet our policy team that is drafting a framework for action to put money into bottom 60% of the household in Malaysia. How it will work, how we think it can be funded. And also, we're very happy that Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has recently talking about it as well. Okay, so I cannot be more thankful enough that he mentioned B60 1005 to every bottom 60 household. I think that is something that we should discuss more. Everybody should talk about it, and then if by the time come we have to push for it. I personally think, not the party, I think the party also agree with me that we can afford this, and it's about time we put the money into the hands that will spend it, not to the hands that will hold it. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, Sains Selangor. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.